Hi everyone, today is the 24th of March and we are now about 2 hours into this US session. So here I'm looking at the SPX and just trying to formulate a view because on the overall context, I have a bearish view for at least the next 4 weeks or so. In fact, I have a bearish view for 2026. Overall, I think the levels may come down significantly from where we are by December, but that's another conversation. Right now, I just want to make sure that that major trend viewpoint is still valid. And generally, how I look at this is one, the global news sentiment, and two, I quickly look at the SPX, so that's the global S&P cash. I take a quick look on the weekly charts to see that things are still in negative territory relative to the 20 period moving average. So, in other words, the 20-week moving average, I guess. And what we're looking to do is, or what I'm looking for here is that this bar remains below that area over here, just as long as that's comfortably low. But we can see that's now traveled some distance. Historically, I haven't worked out the percentages yet. That's in my Excel file, but historically, we can see when it kind of comes away a bit from the 20, we do see some pullback, although I don't think we're going to see this again like we saw in 2023. I don't think we're going to see that again. Um, I don't think we're going to see this again either. This kind of rise from April, May last year, that huge increase by some nearly 1,300, 400 points. So, what are we likely to see, coupled with the the events on geopolitics, and coupled with the elevated VIX view as well? The fact that we are seeing some levels of elevation over the last few weeks. Can you see that? So, with that view in mind, and the kind of unpredictability of Trump, I recommend you all. Well, I don't want to recommend that you all follow him, but uh, what he says moves the markets, right? Whether he's advertising a Tesla for 5 minutes or whatever, he's a commercially minded individual, and that's what we have to keep in mind. In my view, he's commercially minded before he has any interest for the USA. So, um, but fair enough. I'm not here to judge him. So you can see here that again, I don't use moving averages here on the VIX, by the way. I don't. It's here, but I try not to let that divert my attention. That's there because it's a template. Typically, what we'll do after this is we'll go into the implied volatility and historic volatility premiums, but I'm not going to get into that right now. What I want to do is just remind ourselves where we were in this conversation. Overall negative view likely to continue. So let's just drill down into the future contract. No, here. So, oh, beautiful. So we're at 6641 right now. Okay, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with this being uh, us entering shorting territory. I'm comfortable taking a short here. So write it down. 26th, 24th of March at 3:26 UK time. So that's kind of 2 hours into the session. At 6641, I'm going to take a negative position, right? Why? Why am I going to take that? In fact, let me screenshot this for my team so they are aware. Okay. Why I'm going to take that position, actually, let's just do it this way. Sorry, I'm also working as well. So we'll just quickly take the screenshot, hang in there. Here we go. Right. Why am I going to do that? Is because one, we're at the 200 moving average on a 30-minute chart. That's quite a powerful timeline. It's got some juice behind it, right? But if I kind of drill down into this, here we are. Let's look at the 400 levels, right? So these are the levels on a 400 basis. We can see if I flip over to the 1 hour chart on a 400 basis, 1 hour, oh, still got a little bit of upside to go by the looks of it here. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think we're going to 6701. We can assess it. If you look at how this thing's moving, as soon as it kind of gets back up to that 6643 level, if it just keeps plumping down, so it keeps pushing itself down, then you think, okay, is it really going to get above this level? So what I'm going to do is just drill down into the 2-minute chart to see where we are. So here you go. We can see, yeah, we can see that this is hitting some kind of level of exhaustion, and you could see where that price is from the 6641. There's already 5 points in that, but you could see that there is a potential for exhaustion here. We know, look, these 20 moving averages, they could just go on forever, right? We know that, but we're in what I believe, the predominant view here is that we're in a bear market. The institutions are selling into strength. We have the Iran war going on. So will we come here to 6651 or thereabouts? If we did, I would double up on that short at 6641. Okay, I would double up on that short. So let's watch how this goes. You could see in real time that we're going to now mean revert into the 20 moving average. We're likely to see the kind of day play out back into the kind of where have we been all day? All day we've been below 24th of March. Wow, all day we have been below this 400 moving average. So the fact that we're very, very extended beyond this, it just further affirms that we're coming down. So I'm just going to wait for those 10 points to come if I could get that. I didn't set a stop loss on this, but I should have. But I'm going to just wait for. Look, the target technically should be a mean reversion below the 20 moving average, so we can almost forecast that out down to about kind of at the 15 point, negative 15 point level from here is where we entered 6641. So you've seen this in real time. Would I close out now? No, I would probably just keep an eye on it, see where we are on the 5 minute basis. 5 minute basis shows that we have some plenty of room for look, it's definitely overextended here. Okay, there is a stronger overextension going on here. We haven't, the 20 hasn't even moved above well, just about starting to move above the 400 right now. So I'm going to double up on this position. If we get to 6643, I'm going to probably double up with a risk of 11 points. Okay, and a target of 25 points. So I don't want to continue with the video all the way through the trade itself, but you can take a timestamp. Again, I'll just remind you, it's the 24th of March, currently 3:30 UK time, so it's 2 hours into the US session, and you could see what happens to the price. What you want to do is just go back to this date when you watch the video, go on to the 1 minute, 3 minute charts, look at those levels and see how credible this strategy actually is. Okay, so I'll leave that to you.